Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Ask Wild Walker coming back to you with another video. I know I haven't dropped in a while because I was working on some stuff. I got two PCs available for sale. Now, today's video, I'm going to repair a monitor for you guys. Right? I have one of the fastest one of the fastest 1080p monitors by Asus, but a couple of weeks ago the HDMI conked out on it. I think I was using HDMI audio extractor to try to get sound from my PS5 without having to wear my headset all the time, and it just conked out. It just conked out for no reason. But I ended up getting a Razer Leviathan version 1 soundbar, and that thing is phenomenal. I can finally get sound without using my headphones. It's hooked up to my monitor, so I get that Leviathan. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not the version 2. It's not the one with all the RGB lights. It's the version 1, the sexy black one. The version 1 is phenomenal. Reason I didn't go with I could have went with the version 2. I could have went with the version 2 and just cut the RGB off, but the version 2 didn't have as many input options as the version 1. Like, the version 1 has optical output, it has the 3.5 jack, and it has Bluetooth. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. Whereas the version 2 only has Bluetooth and USB. And if you ever had like a USB powered sound system, you'll know that if you don't have it plugged into like a USB box into the outlet, if you have it like plugged into your computer as the power source, you're gonna get that little staticky noise. Yeah. If you ever wonder where that little faint staticky noise come from, that's what happens when you power like a USB speaker system or something, when you power it with one of the USB ports in a computer or like another USB device where you're supposed to get like a little power brick USB thingy, plug it in that, and then plug it in, and it gets rid of that sound. But yeah, I got the version 1 because of the output options, like the plethora of output options. So that was a no-brainer. But back to my monitor. Yeah, the HDMI conked out. The DVI works. The display port works, and actually that's the best port. The display port is the input where you get the 165 hertz, whereas the HDMI is limited to 144 hertz. So I was trying to sell the monitor because I'm getting another one regardless, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to buy me a 1440p, either a 27 inch or like a 24 inch. I'm getting a 1440p, so I'm like, I'm going to get another one anyway. So I was trying to sell it, and I had a bunch of brokey lowballers on my post talking about $50. I'm not selling that. I am not desperate to sell it that I would entertain a bullshit offer. I'm not even, what I was charging for it, it's not even close to the percentage of what I actually paid for it. I was charging $70 for it. And then I made people aware that the HDMI didn't work, but the display port worked and the DVI worked. $50. $50. Oh, like, man, if you broke, just say that. But get the fuck out of my comments with that bullshit, with the bullshit offers. You know what I'm saying? And it be the same motherfuckers too. Like the same motherfuckers. Like, if you don't want to buy it, then just don't comment. It's real easy. Don't comment on it. I'm not desperate to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was originally bundling it with a PC that I'm selling. So that kind of got, when it conked out, I was like, fuck, man, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't bundle it with the PC, and you can't use the full functionality of it. But I found the solution. I'm going to fix it. So I ended up buying the same exact monitor off of eBay, but broken. The screen was broken, obviously. So I'm like, okay, got it for a good deal. And I'm going to take the port PCB. I'm going to take the PCB with the ports out of the broken monitor that I just bought, and I'm going to put it in my monitor, and in theory, that should fix everything. Like all three ports should work. And if successful, I'm just going to rebundle it with the PC that I'm selling. So all the cats who thinking that you're going to come in my comments with your broke ass offers, no, I'm not desperate to sell it. That shit will sit right there on the side of my closet until I get a sensible buyer that's going to spend out. And what I'm charging for the bundle, for the whole PC bundle, is very reasonable, especially for the specs that you getting with this build. You look on all like the little Instagram pages, like I don't know all of their names, but they sell these like $500 PCs, and for that $500 you're getting about $500 worth of performance. Like they finally started, they are finally giving you 1 terabyte SSDs, because they used to give you a 512, like, no, hey, get this 512 gigabyte. And I'm like, but that's what you get for $500. You'll get like a lot of them go with like the Ryzen 3600, which is still a fairly good processor for budget. You get a Ryzen 3600. You'll get like now you get 1 terabyte of NVMe space, because 1 terabyte's a dumb cheap now. But before, you would only get a 512. I've been giving motherfuckers 1 terabyte. I've built the build where I've given somebody fucking one of my coworkers who bought that Ultra computer off of me that had the Ryzen 6700 XT. I gave that coworker, he had 2 terabytes of SSD space combined with, it was 2 NVMe's, because that motherboard had 2 slots for it. I don't like to leave any slots unoccupied. So I'm like, all right, 2 terabytes of NVMe space, okay? And then on top of that, 8 terabytes of mechanical space. Ain't nobody out here building these PCs giving you more space than what I do. I give you the most space. Me. You buy a build off of me, you get balance. You get a significant amount of SSD space, but you also get a shit ton of mechanical space, because not everybody just games by itself. You know what I'm saying? You got some people who just game, like just only game, and for those cats, those little $500 PCs, they're worth it. You get 16 gigs of DDR4. You get finally that 1 terabyte NVMe. You get like a Ryzen 5 3600, and for the graphic card, most of the time, that's the tricky part. For the graphic cards, they give you like a RTX 3050, which it isn't for the price point of $500 for the whole PC. RTX 3050 ain't bad. What's the AMD equivalent? Probably like some of them give you like a 6600. The 6600 is a phenomenal card. That's the card I have in this semi-budget build. I'm not gonna say it's a budget build, as for all that I'm giving you, I gotta charge a little more. I have to charge it for the specs you're getting. It's wholeheartedly worth the price. It far surpasses the $500 bills, because I'm already doubling your RAM. You're already getting 32 gigs of most of the builds I build. You get 32 gigs of RAM off the bat. Off the bat, you get 32 gigs of RAM, because I feel like 16 gigs ain't shit. 16 gigs of DDR4 ain't shit if you're trying to do multiple things. Like, if you're just gaming, only gaming, no streaming, no editing, just gaming, all right, 16 gigs of RAM will get you by. But I'm like, what if you, I don't build based upon, like, the norms and all that shit. I'm like, what if you want to do more? I think about like, what if you want to do more? You don't have to go down the line and upgrade. I'm giving you something that you could do most of that shit that you're trying to do off the bat, out the box. Like, so with my builds, my main builds, with my builds, you get 32 gigs of RAM off the bat. So now you can game, edit, stream, all of that. All right. I try to give you a significantly decent graphic card. So the GPU I have in this system. So this system, here's what I have in there. I'm gonna pan over and show you the build.